And we're back. I didn't want to wait until tomorrow. I figured, make hay while the sun shines, but it's dark outside, so plant seedlings while the moon shines is my saying for the evening. Plant seedlings while the moon shines. So rather than waiting until these cups fill up with water, I'm just going to put the seedlings in them. The soil, especially since it's been outside, is actually, kind of moist as it is. It won't take much to uptake more water, and I'll take my chances and water extra tomorrow if I have to. But let's take a look at. We're going to start with this parsley plant. That's been in the starting medium way too long. It looks like I got maybe 2 or 3 in there. I'm not sure. So we'll start with those since they already look good. And the tool that I need is a pencil. Usually have one here. And I'll make do with this for right now. So real easy. I just kind of dig underneath here. Now this is parsley. It's been growing for a little while, a couple weeks already. I've been slow. I've been neglecting this, and you see we got a lot of roots here. So I get my little cup here. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to dig a hole with my fingers big enough to envelop those roots. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. And I'll show it twice. And the nice thing is, little people, children, are really good at using little fingers to do this work. But that one was pretty big. Easy for me. That's what it looks like. Put it right there. I have another, but I apologize for the noise and change in lighting. It's a little easier to get that done now. Looks like we'll have another one like that. So nothing special here. Just digging a hole, passing the time. Trying to start something new. And nothing fancy about the seeds I'm using. I've just gotten good at knowing that parsley seeds really require to be soaked 24 hours before putting in the starting medium. And if you can maintain the temperature at 72 degrees, I use heat mats. There's one under here. That really makes the process simple for getting parsley underway. And for me, parsley is a really important plant for a number of reasons. As a beneficial for other plants in repelling pests, and for me, a lot of times most of my salad will consist of parsley. Okay, so that's it for the parsley. Next, we have these different mesclun lettuces. Okay, and again, just want to demonstrate, even with the teeny ones, coming in, digging isn't that difficult at all. I showed how I started these a couple weeks ago in a different video, but that's what it looks like now. That was a seed, and now it's a little seedling. And I'm just going to be careful, maybe take it by its biggest leaf like that. That's the way I handle all my plants. So this is the 3rd leaf. You see the other 2 down there. So very gently dig a hole. Very gently lower in. And very gently make it a little depressed in from the rest of the cup. That way when it gets water, kind of accumulates more towards the center where the plant is versus elsewhere. Next plant, mammoth basil. Now, let's see, these might be tiny looking at top, but I think they may have long roots. So let's take a look here. And again, Just pick it up very carefully by the leaf with my fingers. Okay? And actually, no, they're not that long at all. This is mammoth basil, so you won't believe how big this basil gets. Well, I think there's other videos growing with the Cracky hydroponic system this past fall. Mammoth basil was amazing. It kind of took up this whole big space here. So I can't wait to try it outside and try many of them. So, you know, we store a lot of basil. Comes in handy for a lot of things. We store it as mostly basil paste. So harvest whenever we have it, or growing inside too. And then mix it with, chop it up with olive oil and garlic. And if you have them, pine nuts. And I feel like I'm missing a few things. Some seasonings to taste. Well, that's it. That's all I can remember. It's late, so give me a break. But I think you don't need much more than that. Olive oil, garlic, fresh garlic, and basil. And then these mammoth basil leaves are that. They are mammoth. It's really amazing. And just get a small handful of them, chop them up, mix them with olive oil, chop up some onion if you wanted to as well, or chives. Garlic, season with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you know, all in a blender. Scoop it out. It's all mushy. Put it in little plastic containers and freeze it. And you know, you got a year's supply of basil before you know it. So, sorry, I'm a big basil fan. Can't help but brag about it a little bit, because it doesn't take much to make, you know, something as tiny as that, and there's two of them here together, and sometimes I'll grow two plants together, to get so big and be so productive that it fills your freezer tray. All starts with a little seed. And actually, since it is mammoth basil, I might grow them in the same cup, experiment like that, but I don't want to grow them right next to each other. So sometimes if I have enough, I'll plant two plants in a cup, you know, maybe in particular with the lettuces too, because then when I put it in the ground, there's more space that expands, and if I come in and I cut the right way, then the space between the plants will be where sun comes in to provide a bounty and a big circle of food versus just one plant coming up and blooming. We'll see. But that's been my experience so far. Next, we have more parsley, so nothing too fancy here. Maybe some of these stems are quite short, actually. And you see, I'm just trying to be careful. These leaves are really thin. See if I can show this. So they're really hard to pick up, you know, pinch between the fingers because they are so tiny. Sorry that doesn't come out well. Maybe right there, you see how tiny that is? And I'm clumsy, but I can manage with this. So just shows, doesn't take a whole lot to experiment. And then I grow a lot too. So in case I do crush any by chance or accident, then I've got plenty of backup. And you see here with the parsley, plenty of backup. So that's nice. It looks like we've got a lot of the parsley on the inside here. We've got some new ones coming up, but I don't have enough for growing indoor here. So I think I'll save a couple of the parsley for Cracky indoor hydroponics. And lastly, boy, I really encourage people to learn about this plant. Butter crunch lettuce. Butter lettuce probably goes by other names. I've talked about it before, and I really provided some good explanation about the nutritional benefits of this plant. Not only does it look good, it tastes good, and it provides a lot of good things for you. Here, let's go ahead and show this. So that's butter crunch lettuce, and I've been getting salads out of here a couple of times a day for over a month. That's no exaggeration, and it accounts for why they're smaller than, you know, what they would normally be. This is the mesclun lettuce, and there's 2 plants growing in here actually. Okay, so outdoor, and again, these would be bigger if I didn't come in and clip them all the time. But growing these plants outdoor will really be fun because over the years, it takes time to learn what really grows well, what you really like, and what is really good for you, and what makes the most sense, and also what takes the least amount of time and energy. And energy is money. And for me, it's been these types of lettuces: mesclun lettuce, butter crunch lettuce, different types of basil, different types of parsley. Nothing fancy, but that, along with things like microgreens, like sunflower for protein and other macronutrients, peas, pea shoots, salad toppings and soups, a lot of protein in peas as well. And then these mixes as well. And then you throw in carrots, you throw in your meat, your chicken, your beef. So here, all very supplemental for what we would normally do on a daily basis. And I think this year I'm really getting a lot of compliments in the home about having this stuff all underhand and ready. So, and getting a bit more help with a number of things. So, you know, the taste comes through, I think. That, as simple as that. I think it all gets down to taste, and people do what tastes good. So this kind of stuff tastes good for us. I hope I was able to show you, you know, a little more about what you do to get them ready for outside, how things are going on inside. You know, we've got the potatoes that I've showed earlier. So it's not just greens. It's not just things. It's, you know, making friends with farmers. It's sharing with your community. It's giving presentations. And then it's sharing knowledge with, you know, the YouTube community like you. So, thanks for watching. Get prepared. Send your questions, critiques, comments, and look, it don't cost anything. Hit the like button. Thanks. Get prepared.